Hey folks, my name's Naomi Ryan. We're in the wellness department. You've probably seen me around the store at some point, or not, because sometimes, I'm back at a desk focusing on ordering and researching products. And yeah, I'm here today to kind of take you through my super simplified morning skincare routine and talk to you a little bit about my approach to skincare and the process of layering different products and how I approach that. So I think before I start, like the thing that I want to stress is that everybody's skin is different, and what works for me is not necessarily going to work for you. And if you see a part of this routine that's not a part of yours, but you feel like your skincare is working for you, don't stress about it. There's no one right way to do it. Not even dermatologists agree on ingredients all the time and like the order in which these steps should be done and what's beneficial versus harmful. And yeah, there's a lot of discussion out there, and it just takes some time and research and trial and error and figuring out what works for you. That being said, a little bit of info about me and my skin journey. As you can see, very fair, freckly, prone to burning in the sun. It takes like 10 minutes and I have a sunburn. I also have pretty sensitive, irritation-prone skin. So you can see my acne scarring here. Got a fair amount of that going on. So I have hormonal acne and kind of combination skin, which means that my skin produces excess oil in some areas, mostly my T-zone, and then also gets really dry in some places, which is it's an issue that a lot of people have, a lot of people work with. And yeah, it can be kind of frustrating sometimes because parts of your face are dry and parts of your face are oily, and like how do you address both of those at the same time? And for me, the name of the game is really protecting the skin barrier. What is the skin barrier? It's your stratum corneum. It is your outermost layer of skin. And it's what keeps your insides in. No, it just, it protects you from free radicals, environmental toxins. It's just sort of like your body's first layer of defense. And so it's really important. And it's skin cells, it's fats, lipids, and all those things kind of work together to, prevent nasty stuff from getting in, and your like more delicate, deeper layers of skin from being irritated and damaged. So that's my belief, and a lot of people believe this, is if you protect that outermost layer of skin, other issues that you're dealing with, such as acne and stuff, your skin will be better able to handle those when they do come up because it's been protected. So that's really what I choose to focus on in my skincare. I use a lot of ingredients that are pretty like mild and all about protecting the skin, less so, harsher actives, I'd say. Like a lot of vitamin C is great. It's really great for brightening the skin, but I find it personally like irritating. So I don't use it as a daily thing. And that's another thing I could talk about a little bit. This is a daily skincare routine, but if you're dealing with actives such as vitamin C or vitamin A, like retinol, or retinoids, those, which I will, we can get into the differences of all of those things at a later video if we decide to do this again. But yeah, those are really effective ingredients, but they also definitely have the potential to irritate your skin. So it makes, not everyone can use them every day. It really depends on your skin. A lot of people find it helpful to space them out, do it every other day, 3 times a week. Same with exfoliation, things like that. So what do you do on the days in between treatment days? And that's what we're gonna talk about today. And first up, we've got Cocoa Kind. So I'm going to be highlighting Cocoa Kind today. We have a lot of brands that I really believe in the store, but we just brought Cocoa Kind in and I'm so excited about them. We have them on special right now for all of May. And they're just a great brand. They're what I love on their packaging. They break down, I think I have some here so I can kind of show you how it works. Yeah, they have sustainability facts, almost like nutrition facts, where they tell you like exactly how much carbon, how many, yeah, it looks like grams of CO2 were produced in the production of this one product. And then on the other side, they have formula facts. So, you know, they have the ingredients, but then they explain to you what the ingredients do and the percentages of those ingredients, which is just, it's just nice to know if you're a person who's, yeah, particular about what you put on your skin, like exactly how much of what ingredient that you're getting, which not every brand does. So I just think that's a really cool thing about them. So busting into that now, I just got out of the shower. I've kind of dried off at this point. But basically, my advice, it's really good to do your skincare. Yeah, when your skin is a little damp. So when you're out of the shower, it's a great time to do it. Or like putting a little water on your skin beforehand. It just creates, the name of the game here is preventing transepidermal water loss. And that just means, you know, water is a really essential part of our whole body. And what we're doing to prevent irritation, to minimize fine lines and wrinkles over time, is just making sure that that water stays in the skin. So yeah, it's gonna be a little damp in here. Okay. So we've got a little bit of cleanser. Yeah, just like we'll call it a pea-size amount. I think that's what a lot of people say. And yeah, let's look at this. Yeah, it's just looking at the ingredients here. Yeah, like I was saying, oat kernel oil, baobab seed, and oat kernel extract, and lactobacillus ferment. So we're talking about all these probiotics, skin conditioning ingredients in the form of the oat kernel oil, and it just has just such a nice like chamomile, kind of like lightly floral scent, very light. And yeah, so we're gonna rub that in. And it's called an oil to milk cleanser because it kind of, you know, you can see my palms, it's getting a little like white and milky. You add water to it. Oh, and you can see it's changing on my face too. And this consistency is really great. It's gentle, non-stripping. It's not gonna take off your, yeah, it's not gonna mess, like we're saying, I'm gonna say skin barrier about 10,000 times today. But yeah, it's not messing with that. It's not stripping the helpful oils away, but it is gonna break down, yeah, excess oil and sunscreen and makeup. This is a good cleanser for that. So we go in that and we focus for a bit, right? We just hone in on this, rubbing our face for a little while. And yeah, some people will use washcloths or scrub brushes or those like little buzzy silicone things. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know. But I'm here to tell you that if your fingies are all you got, they're all you need. Yeah, it's a good way to distribute product without irritating your skin, which some of those harsher exfoliants, physical exfoliants, which just means like you're, yeah, using something to manually break up stuff, yeah, it can be a little hard on your skin sometimes. So fingers are enough. And we're washing
it off. Super important to get all of the product off. So focus as much energy on rinsing your face as you did on washing it just a second ago. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so I'm just gonna gently pat my face to get some of the excess water off, but I don't want my face to be completely dry because I was saying, we want to take that water that's on the skin and keep it on the skin because it's gonna help keep you hydrated throughout the day. Okay, next step. So we start with the cleanser, right? And then we move on to the toner, serum stage of the routine. I believe that this is a really good time if you're going to incorporate some kind of active ingredient. Niacinamide is a great one. Actives target different things. But the delivery system of a toner or a serum, because of the consistency, because of the more liquidy consistency, it's able to kind of penetrate to a deeper layer of your skin. So here we have Coco Kind's Ceramide Barrier Serum. It's formulated with a lot of nourishing oils, and also I believe I can look at the package here, 3 different kinds of ceramides. Yeah, Ceramide NP, Ceramide AP, Ceramide EOS, Ceramide EOP, squalene, lactic acid, and beta-glucan. Yeah, so all of those things, like lactic acid is a very, very mild exfoliant that, will not disrupt your skin barrier. And yeah, the ceramides are a really important part of your skin function, your skin barrier. We have, I believe, 30 to 40% of our skin barrier is made up of ceramides. So it's an important thing to add to help protect. And that's the idea there. So we get some here, our little dropper, drip it in. Ooh, this is, I think the gooey parts that are the most fun for me. Yeah, and so you get this kind of milky stuff here. Rub it into your palms. Put it all over your face. Bring it down to your neck, because we've got skin there too. Rub it in. Yeah, it almost has no scent, this one, which is nice. And you can just, it's so gentle. I mean, I have the tendency, because my skin is so irritated naturally, I'll put something on it, it'll sting. That's just it feels so soothing, and it absorbs really well. It is a tiny bit tacky, so if that's something that you hate, then you might not like this product, but I really like it. Okay, so we've got that second step in there, and now we're almost done. We're almost to the final step of the routine. Isn't that wild? Simplify. So here we've got Coco Kind's Daily SPF, and this is where I go on my little SPF sunscreen rant. I know for a variety of reasons, people don't always want to use sunscreens, and they don't always want to use even mineral sunscreens, which are kind of widely considered to be sort of the safer, less irritating version between chemical and physical. Physical sunscreens are zinc and titanium dioxide, I believe. But yeah, if you really hate wearing sunscreen or are worried about the safety of it, then yeah, wearing a hat, wearing protective layers of clothing, trying to minimize your time in the sun. I mean, that's true anyway, even if you are wearing sunscreen. But yeah, it is really important to protect your skin from the sun. Most of the damage that happens to our skin is photo damage, and over time that adds up. And if you're someone like me with fair skin,
you know, you've really got to protect it because it gets damaged very easily. So I'm a big fan of this sunscreen. It's only an SPF 32. A lot of people would want to go higher. But I think for a daily SPF, especially on like a day like today where it's pretty cloudy outside, this is enough. And yeah, I will apply sunscreen even on cloudy days. You don't have to do that. It's not the only way to do it. But yeah, I think protecting you, the sun's still out there. It's just filtered a little bit. So still important to protect your skin. And mineral sunscreens, if you guys are familiar with sunscreen application, you're seasoned veterans here, you're probably aware zinc formulas can be really thick and pasty and white. And that's usually, like, that's kind of how they work, right? They block the sun. So it's hard to find a formula that is really, that blends in well and doesn't leave too much of a white cast, like a white look to the skin. And granted, I am very pale, so white cast is not something that I have to worry about as much as people with deeper skin tones. But for me, this particular sunscreen, I'm a big fan. Takes a minute, but it blends really well and leaves a very minimal white cast. And if you are having issues with white cast, I would suggest maybe bringing in a little bit of bronzer into your sunscreen, or a little bit of your foundation even, to kind of deepen the tone, neutralize the whiteness. And yeah, we put a lot on. I think that's not, you know, people will put like a little dab on. No, it's really, you want a lot on, and you want to reapply fairly regularly. I know it's not super fun. It can feel gloopy and annoying. It brings me back to like pool days as a kid and like being slathered in a thick layer of zinc, and that's not always fun for anybody. But if you find a sunscreen that works for you, that feels good on your skin, it can make that process feel a little less like a chore. And I just love, I love the finish of this sunscreen. It's just like dewy, but not too greasy. And yeah, it'll like mattify a little bit over time. And there you have it. There is my morning skincare routine. You can see my skin looks hydrated. And yeah, it's not about perfection, it's about protection. And that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with today. Thank you so much for being here, and if this is something you'd like to see more of, if there's other topics you'd like me to cover, just let us know. Drop a comment, and I'll see you in the store. Bye.